Hello, hello, hello. So, boys, once again, we're back for the weekly update. So, starting off, this is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So, starting off with Monday. Now, ending last week, we ended up taking a loss and we ended the week on 6% profit. We then took another loss, as you can see. We got our Asia sweep, we got our entry, beautifully entered in, tapped in for our second position, and then just dropped down hard. Now, we wouldn't have won this no matter what, even if it didn't tag us out here, if it continued running, it still would have ended up on a loss. We followed our strat perfectly, we found the entrance. The only downside was that it was just on a fat downtrend. America apparently hit their debt threshold, so they weren't able to pull any more money. So that would, if it was a serious case, they could end up in a recession and their currency would just tank really hard. And I think there was something along that meant that we were just on a fat downtrend. Like the dollar was just tanking hard. So we ended up on a fat downtrend. So we lost two of the trades. And then we ended up coming back and on the 30th, winning for a double entry, 4.5%. Bit of consolidation after our entry. We got our sweep, consolidation after our entry, tags us in for a second right here, and then basically just ended up running straight to TP, tapped us out, and then came back for a reversal, which is nice. So we got out at the perfect time. And then next day, 31st, 4.5% gain again, which was beautiful, back to back. This is one of our most beautiful trades of the year so far. Look at that. Entry, we got our entry here, comes down, comes back up, hits our second position, beautifully, perfect entry, and then goes straight to TP. Literally straight to it. No buy resistance, no nothing, no consolidation, literally slaps it straight in the face. And that brought us up to the 31st, which is the end of the month. And we won with 11 wins, 10 losses, and 11% profit, which is insane to think about. We've just made the S&P 500 their yearly return in 1 month. And you're telling me that this strat is not goated. This is the second month out of the 4 that we've traded live so far after finding the strat, creating it, back testing it, and everything. And this might be the most elite strat. This might be a strat which we run forever, to be honest. This could be the strat which ends up retiring myself from work. It's ridiculous. And then Friday, the 1st, which is the next month, but it was today, which is Friday. We couldn't get a sweep of Asia. It was just kind of consolidating in the middle, not much movement. And then London hit, and then it ended up just causing some havoc. And we also had news at 1:30, which absolutely skyrocketed. So if any of you guys are following along on TradingView, it's quite fat. But that's basically the weekly update. That's everything that's happened. That's the trades we took. I'm currently at 4.5% on my phase 2. Now, I'm only trading them separately. I'm trading them slow, 0.5% risk per entry, whereas this is 1% per entry. So if I traded every day this month perfectly, then I'd be on about 5.5% profit, which would pass my account. But because I started just a bit after, because I went on holiday for a bit, so I didn't trade for a whole week almost, come back to trade my phase 2. We're now at 4.5% profit. We're going to run another trade Monday. I'm going to close out early as soon as it hits my profit. I'm going to make sure that I'm still risking the same amount. Despite me needing less, I could risk a bit more, and then just that means I can close out earlier. But if I lose it, then I've lost so much more. So I might as well just risk the normal, just have a normal entries. If the second position does get tagged in, then obviously I will move my stop loss, my take profit down even more, because there's obviously both entries, which means double the amount of profit if it does go down or go up, depending on if we're going for a buy or a sell. But that's the plan for the phase 2. And then once we pass that, that might be another 10K funded into the bank. And then we can start working on the third one. We do still have our original 10K. It's got 30 quid left in it. There's not much point in me trading it. Unless I'm going to go for a long trade, like maybe go for like a, daily trend kind of trade. But until I secure another funded, I'm not going to do it, because it's risky trying to trade with that. So hopefully we can figure something out, figure out a little plan, and try and recover it. If we recover it enough to make like at least 1%, then we could do an all or nothing trade. And then if we win that, maybe even getting like 4.5%, something crazy like that. But we've got another trade. We've got a little swing trade coming, hopefully. So that's another strat. And we were running it through today, and we could catch some big runners with that. We're trying to find a strat which we can incorporate trailing stop loss, so that we can just leave a runner, because that could mean that we're catching a 1-2 or a 1-7 or a 1-9. It just more of like potential earnings could be a lot higher. So we're playing around with that in the works. That's basically everything that's happening trading wise this week. No mistakes that I know of. One of our members in the group has had a few mistakes of late entries, so we've managed to wiggle that away, make sure that we've got that on lock. And then we've also got I think that's the only mistake really. It's just late entries. So other than that, our Discord's been going smoothly. Entries have been going fine. No mistakes really. We're still teaching, still learning stuff. So it's definitely worth taking a look and having a shout on that. But anyways, that's the update for the week. But it's been nice catching up with you all. Hope your trading's going well, and I'll catch you all in the next one next week.